Priya, welcome back to my channel. It's Mystical Universe, and today I'm gonna cover up a most common topic. I know you're gonna find lots and lots of videos in this, and so many spiritual people have made videos about awakening. Yes, I'm gonna cover it up in my way. I'm gonna share some my experience because what I think is awakening is something like every single person experience awakening in their different ways, you know. So actually, one of my friend contacted me and asked about awakening and like, what is awakening? What is spiritual awakening? Like, is it connecting with God? What is it? I mean, everyone who go into spirituality mostly think they become religious. They become, uh, you know, into praying, and that is spirituality is being religious, or it is something different. And she asked a wonderful question. I was for a few moments. I was like, oh my god, I never thought of that. So I don't know how to explain it. So I thought I should make a video about what awakening is, or I could say what awakening is for me. What was for me? How did I feel? How I go through those days? Okay, and first and foremost, I don't think awakening is a one-day thing or one-time thing. It can happen to you multiple times, or anytime you have any insight, or you get to know something, like you wake up to the reality of that thing, you go through awakening. All right. For example, I had my awakening in 2020, in Corona times, and when the pandemic was going on, I was literally in, I was, you know, hit the rock bottom. I was just crying for uh, continuously, like a week or so, and every day in the afternoon. I don't know why the actual that time I was alone. I was sleeping in my bed, and I was just crying, crying, right, for continuously for a few weeks, and after that, it's like a purging happened in those few weeks, and after that purging, I feel lighter. I feel great. I just feel I can see things in a different way after that. Uh, I was like, people say before awakening you go through a dark night of the soul, and what that is, I can make a whole another video about that of the soul and what it means if you don't know. And as many people are going through awakening and interested in spirituality, I think this will help go through those things and those times, because when I was new, I was looking and searching for these kind of videos and all over the internet, so someone could help me, like, what the hell is going on anyway. So I was okay. uh, I, I found some videos about this, so I learned that this is Dark Night of the Soul happened just before the awakening. That all of a sudden, everything, whatever bad thing happened in your life in the past, come in the surface, and you have to deal with it. For once and all, you have to, work on it, and you have to solve those problems, resolve all those issues that are holding you back, holding you down, and don't let you, move forward. For moving forward, for letting everything go, you have to go through that dark night of the soul. And when you are ready to go through dark night of the soul, it is slightly, I could say, it is a heavy period for everyone. And when you go through dark night of the soul, it's like, I have nothing else. Everything is finished for me. And yeah, many people confuse it with depression and anxiety too. I didn't know about depression and anxiety back then. I was like, it's just a tension, right? But now when I have anxiety, I know what it is, and that was the anxiety. That was literally, I was going through dark night of the soul back then. And That time I was like, I have done everything wrong in my life. What is going on in my life? And all the past decisions I made, I felt like, oh my god, I did so much mistake, and if I could go back, maybe I can change everything. But then after those few days, after I cried it out, after I, realized that whatever happened for a reason, and it needed to be done to, for my soul to really being here, and for my soul's development. You know, my soul really developed, and me as a human being, I developed so much emotionally, mentally, and I really thought that I have to compete. When I was in high school, I was like, I'm different. I have to be like them. They are so popular in school. I was never popular. I was a never student. I was good. So I thought I should be like them, popular girls, the way they are. I think they think I'm weird, so I should be like them. I try to be like them. I was kind of like people pleaser. I couldn't say no when they asked me for, please Ria, could you do this for us? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I was literally don't know how to say no. Back then I was innocent and kind. And literally, I'm not bragging or something. It's just I was literally like a little angel. But then I realized it's not about being good or being a people pleaser. You need to know your boundaries. You need to set your boundaries so people don't use you. You know, you can be kind, you can be good, and yet you can set boundaries so people don't cross them. Okay, or you don't insult your own self. That I learned after that. And as I, I was like, how can I change it? How can I tell them not to, see me like a innocent, scared little girl? As I tried so many things, but then I realized I'm not different or weird or anything. And I mean, yes, I was different. That's how it should be. We all are different, and it's not like if they are following a trend, if they are doing something, and I have to do the same thing. I'm an empath. I was always an empath since I was in school. I didn't know what it called back then, but I knew I can sense emotions. I actually catch energies. I can sense energies and emotions, and I'm sensitive to these kind of places where there is so much high energies. I knew that. Uh, I could sometimes. I used to sense paranormal things. It was like, yeah, maybe most people do that. And I didn't know back then that the people who have strong sense like this, they're called an empath or something. And I was like, I'm different. I should be like them. I tried to be like them. I tried my best, and then I was like, I don't fit in, and that's not a bad thing. And because I don't fit in, I think that's the reason I beat up myself like I have to try hard. I have to do everything in my power to be like them. I tried for a little bit to be like them, but it didn't work. So I thought that when I'm going through dark night of the soul, I was like, man, I did so much for being like them, but I can't, and I'm not like them. Is something wrong with me? Then after the period is gone, okay, after the period of dark night of the soul is gone, that week, I literally realized that when I learned about spirituality and awakening, I learned that it's not about, you know, what we do here, it's about what we do in our soul level. When I learned that we are more than this human body, We are a spiritual beings having a human experience, and we all have to experience different kind of realities, and one's reality has to be different from the other. And it's not something that makes you weird. It's your timeline, it's your life path, and you have to go through it. And the way you are, it's just unique. And about the people pleasing, what I learned after Dark Night of the Soul, when I get my awakening, I get awakened to the knowledge that being kind and being a people pleaser is totally a different thing. You can be kind, you can be a good person, and you can say no. It's totally alright to say no if you don't like what you are doing, or if you don't want to do it. You can just say no. It's totally good. Okay. Most important thing that I learned after awakening is awakening happen in stages and not in just one you know you can't just have awakening one day and you are like totally awakened. You can have it multiple times, and of course you can go back to be unawakened. Like, of course you can't unlearn what you are already learned, but you can learn something new, something more. That means you can have multiple awakenings, and it's totally fine. It's not crazy that you once you had an awakening and then you can't have another awakening. I had multiple awakenings. That's what I think, of course, and many people have different opinion about this, and that's fine too, right? So take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. And what I'm talking about the awakening is mostly, if you want to explain it, it is simply like acknowledging that we are more than a human body, flesh, bones, and everything. We are spiritual beings. Our soul is who we are, and our soul travel through lifetime and lifetimes to come here on earth, because only brave souls can do that. Only brave souls can incarnate on earth, especially in this time. And we chose that. We came here to have a spiritual awakening. We came here to experience the development of the soul, to learn about sorrow, sadness, all the human feelings, because it is a wonderful experience. How hard it is, how painful it is, but it's still beautiful, right? So yeah, we all came here with a purpose, and when we awaken to the truth of our own self, it's like passing a mark. Like when we incarnate there so many people, I saw so many videos that people are saying that Mother Earth sent a call for help. Once it was a beautiful planet Earth, and when so many bad things started to happen on Earth, Mother Earth, as a being herself, a living being, yes. I know for some people it sounds strange, but it is true. And it energetical call, not like we are calling for help. Hey, please help us. No, it's an energetical call sent out to the universe for help to heal Mother Gaia, because she couldn't take it anymore. Okay, so some of the brave souls decided to incarnate on Earth, and some of the souls decide that they are capable enough, and they decided by themselves, and they are sent here to have an spiritual awakening, spiritual experience of being a human, because it's the most difficult thing to do in the whole universe. And when you come here, when we as a soul come here, we decided that we gonna, it was a rule that the we, all of us who decided to come here, has to forget their identity, about their powers, about who we really are, everything, and how powerful are we as a soul. Okay, we have to forget all those things and have to live a normal human life and go through daily struggles, all the obstacles and everything. And at last, we have to, when we started to unlearn all the things we are going to learn on earth, all the things we learn on the matrix about how to be in a box. Don't think out of the box. Don't unfollow the rules which is made by, you know, I can't say it because it gets censored. So all the rules, take it as a general, it's all the rules that are made on earth for humans to keep human in a box, in a particular mindset. Because I know many of you have seen that if someone thinks differently, we think, oh my god, maybe he or she is mad or gone completely crazy. But now, as we are going through a collective And now, as we are going through collective awakening, and many people are awakening to the truth that they are more than a human being, they are a spiritual being having a human experience and all that. So, as these kind of videos are coming, lots and lots of these kind of videos are coming, so people are now ready to accept these ideas. I can't say ready, but they are trying to accept these ideas. Maybe there is more than what we have been told. No, maybe there is something more going on than that we have always been taught, always knew that humans just have to be born. It's a scientific thing that we have to born, live our life like few rules, like you know, kid has to go to school, study, get married, work, die, these kind of things. But there is something else out there that we don't know. That's more mysterious and deep than just this few life cycles that we follow. So when we are ready to accept this, and when we are doing this right now, as the energy of earth is changing, because so many people are going through awakening and so many people are ready to explore the unknown, ready to explore more than what they have been taught for so many years. So this is the thing that's changing Earth's frequency, not any other, you know, otherworldly forces or anything. It is human beings. It is human beings who are getting awakened and changing their destiny. So yeah, about awakening, it's just knowing your true self. And as my friend asked me if it is about connecting to God, yes, it is kind of connecting to source energy, because we are the part of source energy, and the source energy is always within us, and we are the part of the creator. So if we start to knowing our own self, if we start to understand what or who we really are, then we automatically connect with our source energy, with our own selves. And when we connect with our own self, the soul we have, we automatically connect with the source energy. So in a way, it is connecting to God, yes. And being you have to being religious to be a spiritual person or not, for that I think it's totally your choice. Spirituality doesn't have any boundaries, doesn't have a particular path that you have to walk. Every single person is free to choose their own path, is free to choose their own way to connect to the creator, to their own self. First, you start with knowing yourself, then it goes to loving yourself, then accepting yourself the way you are. And when you accept, you definitely fall in love with yourself. So, and being religious, it's could say religion is a way, it's a middleman. You using religious to connect with God. When you are not awakened enough to, you know, when you don't have that confidence in you that God or creator or source energy, whatever you call it, it's inside you, and you can connect with that energy by yourself. You need someone to do that for you, or you need a way to connect with you, and it's not a bad thing, or it's not a, you know, if someone is not doing that, they are not spiritual, they are sinners. No, that's not true. Okay, you need to find your own way, and finding your own way, in that way, if you have to go through being a religious person then get awakening, it's your choice. It's totally up to you. Okay, and when I talk about being religious, I was born in a Hindu family, and I quite never understand religious things, but I respect it. I totally do, because I was taught because as I was taught from the beginning. I What I do is I take what resonates and I leave what doesn't resonate with me. I did it since I was a child. I never followed anything blindly. I was like, if it is kind of controversial if we say this, but if anything, people saying that you have to believe it because we believed it for a long, long, long time. You have to, and if you are not, then you are an evil or sinful person. No, that's bullshit. Okay, if something doesn't resonate with you, and from inside, from your gut, you are feeling that it is not for you, I don't think you should follow that. You should follow your own way. I always say, so if you are following something that's not hurting your own self or others, then it's not that okay. And for being spiritual or religious, both works to connect with the source energy. Choose which resonates with you, choose what suits you. I'm a spiritual person who also follow religion when it's needed, because everything has a good and bad in it. Even when you are following something you don't understand, something good can come from it. When I go to temples and places like that, I can feel the energies, so much positive energies. So if there is so much positive energy in some place, then how it could be wrong, right? So I go to those places when I meditate there or when I pray. It really calms my mind, and if it's helping in a way, it's not a bad thing, right? So yeah, if you are religious or if you are spiritual, it doesn't matter. It is your own choice. And following rules, well, I'm not a kind of person who follows rules most often, so I can't give you advice on that. I can just say follow until it's not hurting you or someone else. Okay? Follow if you want to follow. If it's not working for you, then it's not for you. If it's working, then it's good, and if it's not, try something else, because every single human being has different way of connecting to God, and different things work for different people. As I always say, like manifesting, and then we do some manifesting rituals. Some manifestations works like that, like so fast for some people, and for some people it takes weeks, months, even years, right? So we all have different frequencies, we are all in different frequencies, and universe always gives us what we want when we are matching those frequencies, right? So for now, I think I answered the question of what awakening is, and if not, I'm so sorry. I tried my best to answer it. Is awakening for me is just learning a lesson, or after learning a lesson, when you pass a mark, like a final test, you know, then understand that, yeah, now I'm graduating, something like that. And as we pass one class, we go to the other, and then other, and awakening is the same. It doesn't end in just one awakening, it can happen multiple times too. Okay, and it's just searching for your own soul, knowing who you really are, why you came here on earth in this time in particular, and how this gonna help you evolve as a human being and as a collective. So hope this helps you, and I will see you next time with next video. And if you like me to cover some videos, some topics, please feel free to suggest me in the comment section that what you want me to cover, and I will try my best. If I know about that topic and I have an experience about those topics, I will definitely make videos about that and share it with you. So hope you all are doing well and are healthy and happy, and I hope you, when I make the next video, I will see you guys in a happy mood. All right, see you guys soon. Bye, take care. Bye bye.